But I would say this too, Doc. There's women that have abortions and they never consult the guy. Like they
Oh
never
yeah, yeah,
like they
yeah.
they like there's women, the women that had their, like, some of them lost the baby, some of them had abortion in my experience. But the ones that had abortions, not, they never consulted with me like, hey, even though, like, if they tell me they're pregnant, I say, hey, do what you're gonna do. Like, it never said, like, I'm gonna do it. Do you consent? Is
Mhm.
it okay for me to abort? Because there's a lot of men that's probably dealing with it even now
Yeah,
because a woman that abort the baby and they never told the woman to abort the baby. That's
right.
that's also a real thing as well.
For sure.
Yeah, and that
That's all part of the chaos
yeah.
that I would say. Listen, abortion, that's ultimately, the devils and the demons, their plan. Because as stated earlier so eloquently, God is life. That's who and what he is. He's life. He's
Yeah,
love. He's life. All the life is sourced from him.
right.
And so, when you think about the idea of death or decreation, if you will, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
right? First thing we see God doing is creating. In the beginning, God created
Yeah.
life, right? And so, what is the antithesis to that? Death, right? And abortion falls into that. And because it's interesting, because as an educator,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes this topic will come up with my students, right?
Yeah.
And we'll um and quite naturally we always have um we have some on both sides, whether they're for abortion, against abortion. And I just lately I've been really getting at them to understand what really is abortion though. Let's call it what it is, right? Because sometimes we'll come up with these terms, abortion. Well, that sounds so medical, right?
Right.
You kind of take away the value of it. What is it really? It's
Mm.
killing. It's death. I mean, if we really want to
Get
get
rid of
down to
life.
the
Yeah.
like the bare essence of it, right? What is abortion? It's killing. It's death. That's what it is. Okay. But yeah, you're absolutely right. There are situations where the man or the father in that case was not consulted, was not told. And again, I certainly would say to that, that's a part. That's all part of the chaos. And ultimately, spiritually speaking, from that spiritual warfare standpoint,
Yeah.
that's what the devil and them demons want.
Yeah. The men that understands, what it means to be a father or upcoming father, like you said, like when you are connected with God, and even if a man is ungodly, because I believe that there are men out there that's not in the church, but they still love their children.
For sure.
That's something that is hard to explain because this being, whether or not it's a daughter or a son, came
Mm-hmm.
from you.
Right.
Because we carry the seed.
Yes.
The only thing the woman is doing is carrying the baby for now. Sorry, sisters. Sorry, women. Sorry,
Now,
sisters.
listen, let me tell you this. You don't have to apologize to them sisters. Listen, them children love their mamas. Mother's Day. Mother's Day be on. Yeah, but Mother's Day be on and popping. You know what I'm saying? They taking mama out to, to the finest restaurant.
Yeah.
Then Father's Day come, we get a tie.
Yeah, scientifically, yeah, we carry the seeds.
Right.
Going back to the question, so when my wife said, like, hey, I'm expecting, it was amazing to me, like, to see especially as you go see the ultrasound,
Yeah.
you see that little nugget,
Yes, sir.
seeing how it evolve and grow over
Right.
time, and as it continues to grow, you start to see it move.
Right.
And to me, it's just amazing. Like I started to think about God. I know God was blessing me with a baby,
Yes, sir.
but I'm like, God, how you allow another human being to birth another human being?
How about
Like, there's a living being
inside?
inside,
Yes.
moving. And on top of that, my wife and I, we used to sing. I'm not the best singer. Like, I'm not a good singer. I just make a joyful noise. Obviously you were the singer.
As long as it's joyful.
But I was making a joyful noise and playing gospel songs, and you could just see the movement,
Yes.
like as though
Yes.
he was worshiping in there. And to me, that was like a beautiful thing for me to see, at least at the time as an upcoming father. And that experience that I have, I would love for every upcoming father, to experience that. Not doing what I did in the past, like do whatever you want to do with the baby, or not, even if a sister's watching this, not aborting the child,
Right.
because there's some sisters that abort the child and they could never have a baby again. So there's situations like that too. But that feeling that I felt in this, like, once that child is birthed, the joy,
Yes.
the love,
Yes.
it's hard to explain. If you're not a father, It's hard to explain that because dude be like, man, what this dude talking about? I don't got no kids.
Right.
But when that baby come out,
For sure.
like, man, I love little man. Or I love my daughter.
For sure.
That's that unconditional love.